genuinely felt like it was the end of the world, and I think even small tasks like going to the shop was a military operation. It was like masks. Oh, at that time, I don't even think that the message was to wear masks all the time, but it was like going out, washing your hands about 50 times a day, just being indoors all the time. I think we were lucky in this country that we were still allowed to go out for exercise. It does feel like people have got COVID fatigue and people are tired of the lockdowns and coming in and out of lockdown and not knowing where we stand. But I think ultimately maybe people have just come to the realisation that actually at some point we are going to have to get back to normal. So is this the time to do it now? And I think people are just getting tired of being in lockdown and then not really being much of a justification for it any longer. I do also feel that we are quite fragile as a nation. When I first heard about the lockdown, I was at home with my flatmate, and I remember watching the news and it being announced that we were going into a lockdown, and we were just in absolute disbelief. It felt like it was the end of the world was coming, and yeah, we were just so shocked at what we were hearing and how scared like the news was making us feel at that time. So because we live in the West and we enjoy our freedoms, I think people don't respond well to when they are taken away without a good, clear reason to do so. And I think because of the figures that we're seeing now, that justification maybe is starting to dwindle a bit, and because of the length of time that we've been in lockdown, people are just not responding well to it any longer. We've now got the data as to who the types of people are that COVID is really affecting. It obviously is a serious illness for a lot of people, the old, overweight, people that have got underlying health problems. But I think for the majority of people, it's not actually something that is as serious that has been made out. A lot of people are hysterical at the moment, and I'm not sure that it's like needed or justified. I think, I think that if the message was clearer and more consistent, it could have, kind of reassured people that not everybody was going to get as sick and die. The first lockdown, like, for me personally, I didn't find it that difficult. I think the weather was really good at that point. We had a really hot March, April, May, and it, the sort of novelty from working from home 5 days a week, and not that it was a rest, but it was kind of a break from all of the like modern day things that like warrant us running at 1,000,000 miles an hour. So it was actually it was nice to have a step back from all of that. But the longer it went on, I think the more difficult it got, and especially the January lockdown onwards was just, I thought that was really tough. The winter, the short days, the cold, it was just, it was too much. In the beginning it was very much like we're all in this together, stay home, and I was seeing a lot of posts on social media of celebrities or people that had large homes and money and luxurious lifestyles saying stay at home, which that's quite easy to do when you've got money and you've got space, but that's not the reality for the majority of people in this country. They weren't living like comfortable lives. From the lockdown restrictions easing and watching people like in public and how we're all now afraid to sort of touch things and hand sanitizer everywhere, people wearing masks all the time, it's kind of, I think we've gone back a step, and it's going to take a really long time for us to get over all of the things that have been impressed on us in the last 12 months. people now have started to have the vaccinations and they've had their both doses, but yet people are still scared to live life as they were before. And it kind of worries me that what is the point of a vaccination if that's still not going to reassure people for them to get back out into the world and live a normal and happy life?